Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lydia and I basically just post videos just based on my experiences and lifestyle. So I'm gonna be talking about what I wish I had done back in my 20s, because I am 30 years old. Wow, I sound so old. I feel so old that I'm saying it like I'm 30 years old. Anyway, so I've written down the list on my laptop about what I wish I did in my 20s. So it took me probably like 2 days to actually write down the whole list. And so I've also well, it's probably been a month since I've actually uploaded my previous video before this one. So yeah, okay, so so number one is I wish I got to know I got to know my brothers, like not got to know them, but like it's more like have more conversation to get to know them more. I wish I did that at least like in like once I turned 20 or 21. Only just started talking to them more. Like it's gonna sound so like bad, but I only started talking to them more basically once I became a mom, which was basically last year. Yeah, like I feel like I'm more chatty now. Like I'm more chatty now that I've become a parent, because two of my brothers, actually maybe all of them, they're all dads. So so now that I'm a parent, I'm like talking to them more. So that's number one. Number two is I wish I had saved money, like in my savings account, the one that I did not touch, like the account that I did not touch. I wish I had saved money at least like as little as $5 or $10 per week. Like if I didn't really like work full time back 10 years ago, or less, or even save like $100 a week. It just depends on the budget. So I wish I had saved up since then, but ever since 10 years ago, I've been like on and off with my bank account, like from $0 and then gaining more. So it's been really bad with my budget like over the years. So yeah, I wish I had literally saved a lot, because if I did back then, I would have saved. Even if I wasn't working, there were times where I wasn't working. Even when my dad gave me money, like spending money, I wish I had saved up at least like 5 or 10% of that amount for that week or even for that month. Yeah, but I didn't. So otherwise, I would have gone probably like, I don't know, over $10,000 probably for like a whole 10 years of like saving up. So yeah, I just wish I did that. Number three is I wish I had spent my money on necessities and rather than just like junk food and all that, because I just wish I'd spent money on necessities, like just skincare stuff, like body lotion, what else, like shampoo and all that, like just necessities and stuff like that. Number four is this is gonna be a funny point, but number four, I wrote down I wish I did not date anyone, like meaning a boyfriend and girlfriend kind of relationship, until like my mindset was ready to be married to someone, meaning like I wish I did not have a boyfriend until I knew they were going to be my husband down the line, because I feel like I just wasted basically like over the years of that. So I wish I had taken setbacks or like failures stuff as a learning curve and not really take all these things as a letdown for me, and instead to take it in as a learning experience. So I wish I had thought of it differently, like as I was growing up in my 20s. Number six, I wish I had cooked a lot more recipes. I mean, I do know how to cook like maybe one or two recipes. I know it sounds so depressing, but I wish I cooked like like a lot more recipes. But because I have a fiance, he's actually encouraging me to, learn to cook food, like learn to cook recipes. And it's actually like now that I'm like, I watch him cook lunch or dinner or even breakfast, like now that I'm watching him, like when I spend time with my fiance, and he like obviously he cooks in front of me, I just get so like encouraged to cook. So, and also not only that, but like I realized, like, you know what, it's actually like I for some reason with cooking, like in general, I feel like it's like hard work, but I think it's just me mentally thinking in a negative way. So yeah, my fiance has actually encouraged me to cook, to encourage me to cook more recipes. So because of that, I've kind of like looked online to see how to cook this and how to cook that. So yeah, so because of my fiance, I am interested to like, I'm like making it as a fun experience for me to like learn how to cook more recipes. So thinking like when did my tax return like a few years ago, I had a tax return of probably like about, I don't know, maybe like $3,000 or something, because I didn't do my tax return for like a few years, even though I worked in different companies and I had not done my tax return. So because I did my tax return in 1 year, at 1 year years ago, yeah, I had like over 1,000 tax returns. So I wish I had put that in my savings and not touch it all. I wish I had learned to also encourage myself to look after my, basically my well-being in general. Number one is also because my fiance, he's actually the reason of how I learned how to basically look after my skin, like put on like body lotion, and like what else is that body lotion, things to put in my hair to not make it dry, and yeah, so just stuff like that, like put my in the lip, you know, the lip balm for the lips, so for the my lips to don't get dry. Yeah, I think that's about it. Number 9 is I wish that I had gotten my license as soon as I graduated, because I remember I remember from after I graduated year 12, so that year I actually got my learners. So obviously with learners you don't drive, you just do the test online to learn about the rules, right? The road rules, and like, you know, legally, you know, it's your turn to turn left, right, blah blah blah. And yeah, so I did get my learner's license, but I actually delayed it to get my red piece license like a few years later. So I remember that I had to actually renew my learner license like probably like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years later. I know, it's crazy, it's like years later. Then I decided to get my learner's license, and then yeah, then I finally got my red piece license, I think when I turned 25 years old or after. Yeah, so I wish I had gotten my red piece license literally like way years before I turned 25, but I got it anyway. So I mean, I've been full license for like what, more than 2 years now. So think about positive things about a person, regardless of the negative things that you hear about that person, in that way. Because I just realized that when you think negative about a person, regardless if you know, have that negative experience directly, hold on, how do I explain it? When you have experienced the negative side of the person, and also if you hear negative things, like what they've experienced negatively from that person, it's better to like not ignore the negative experience you've had with that, or another person has a negative experience from that person, but try and get to know the person, because sometimes we judge the person by how they look or their lifestyle, because everyone goes through things. So I am still working on that. I'm guilty. I am still working on thinking thinking positive about someone. When spending time with loved ones, whether with family or friends, put your phone away. Put your phone away. You have time to look at your phone and reply to messages or return calls after you spend time with people. Just want to share that with you guys about what I wish I did in my 20s, and I'll probably put another video about what I wish I did before I became a mom, even though I became a mom unexpectedly. But I want to make a video about what I wish I did before I became a parent, so a mom. So yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something new, and I hope if you did learn something new, please tell me about it in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next new video. Bye.